Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Avanti Morocha. Today I'll show you how to engrave tumblers using xTool F1 and the attachment Ra2 Pro. This attachment allows you to engrave cylindrical shapes, spheres, and some jewelry pieces. Now let's begin. To engrave this tumbler, I'll be using the Ra2 Pro attachment. This is everything that comes in the box. At first it may seem overwhelming, but the instructions will guide you. I already assembled the chalk which I'll use to engrave the tumblers. This is the chalk. At the moment I'm using the double-step gel, but you could also use the single-step gel based on the tumbler you're using. Now I'll connect the chalk to the xTool F1. Connect the cable to this port. To place the attachment, lift the cover, remove the base plate, and place it next to it. You'll find some guidelines in the base. Align the chalk front bottom edge to the first lines. Before attaching the tumbler to the chalk, I'll measure the circumference because I find it easier to do it now. Place the tumbler inside the chalk and hold it with the arms. Turn the key to tighten or loosen the arms. I hope you can see it, but there are two dots over the tumbler, red and blue. I'll use the manual focus and turn the knob on the side of the F1 until both dots coincide. You could also use the autofocus in the software. I am on xTool created space. For this project, I'll use this vector image I designed. The first thing I'll do is to turn the image to match the direction of the tumbler. I'm connected to my xTool F1 via Wi-Fi. Change the setting to the laser cylindrical. To learn more about the attachment, click on the link for more detailed information. Now I'm back in the software, select chalk and type the circumference. The tumbler I'm using has a circumference of 12 inches and a quarter. Select the image and then engrave. I plan to use two passes, one with the blue light and the other using the infrared laser, but I may only need one pass depending on how it turns out. In the first pass, I'll use the blue light, power 80, speed 400 and 300 lines per centimeter. It's important to note that the higher the lines per centimeter value, the better the result, but this will require more time. Now click on Framing. The framing will show you where the engraving will start and end. Based on this, you can manually rotate the tumbler or move the chalk. Since I wanted the design to be in the broader part of the tumbler, I moved the chalk to the right. If you have a logo in the tumbler, you can rotate the tumbler to center it. I fast forwarded this part of the video. Engraving this tumbler took 20 minutes. Yes, you hear me right, engraving takes time, especially when using a higher value in the lines per centimeter. Another reason for the time is that my design is quite big, about 3 by 2 inches, and the font I use has a thick stroke. I decided only to give it one pass, but then I regretted. I used this tumbler as my experimental piece. I engraved another design, this time using two passes, and I can see the result is much better with two passes. As you can see, there is a big difference when using one or two passes. I decided to engrave this design again in an open space of the tumbler. This time I'll be using two passes. I used the same settings as the previous engraving for the first pass. I used the blue light, power 80, speed 400 and 300 lines per centimeter. For this engraving, I reduced the dimensions of the design so it doesn't take so long. When the first pass ends, don't move the tumbler, go back to the program and engrave it again using the infrared laser and the following settings. Power 40, speed 400 and 300 lines per centimeter. Skip the framing, go to process and start. The second pass cleaned the residues from the first pass, making the engraving more notorious. I recommend using a tumbler and playing with different settings. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The engraving time, including the first and second passes, took 31 minutes. For me, the result with two passes looks better, however, it takes more time. Another thing to remember is that the color of the tumbler plays a big role. If it's dark and matte, the engraving will pop. For this tumbler, I use the same settings as the last engraving. Finally, I'll give you some recommendations. Use a dark matte tumbler. Shiny tumblers don't show the design so well. Use small and simple designs and make some tests to find your favorite settings based on the result you want to get. I hope you like this video and find it informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you are interested in an xTool F1 or the attachment, I'll share the links where you can buy them in the info box below the video. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you get informed every time I release a new video. Don't forget to visit my blog, follow me on my social media, like this video and share it with your loved ones. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.